It's been a great month for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we've had a whole load of news and big releases. However, the smaller, perhaps more interesting pieces of news have a way of falling between the cracks, don't they? There's been plenty of these over the past few weeks, so I wanted to catch you up with all the latest. Also, my video for World Update 15 is still in the works, and yes, this one is now very late, but I'm taking a new approach with this one, and it has taken some extra work and research. In fact, I think you'll find the video super interesting. It's really quite different to what I've done before. You can see some clips on the screen right here, and the video should be released pretty soon now. This new approach then has really allowed me to focus on these regions, and there's some truly lovely places out there, so it's been nice to be able to drill down and really experience these wonderful environments. A neat way to get out and about. And speaking of exploring and discovering the beauty of new places, it's always important to travel light and smart. That's where Ridge, the sponsor of this video, comes into play. I spend a lot of time outdoors, and if you're anything like me, you'll want to carry the least amount of bulk as possible. Ridge is redefining everyday essentials with their stylish, practical and personalizable products. The wallets are slim, RFID block-in and can hold up to 12 cards as well as cash. Their key case is also extremely sleek. This holiday then, Ridge is offering up to a 30% discount when you buy their wallet and key case together. It's the perfect gift for people who like to be organised or people who you feel should be organised. In fact, I took them out on my recent vacation and they made a load of difference. And with AirTag attachments for every product, you're never going to lose these essentials again. Ridge products come with a 99-day risk-free trial and a lifetime warranty, so don't miss out on the biggest sale of the year. Head on over to ridge.com/obsidianant for an amazing holiday deal and a chance to win a Ridge bundle worth $4,000. As great as all these environments are then in Microsoft Flight Simulator, they're vastly and greatly improved with the availability of Bing Maps. Unfortunately, Bing Maps suffered an outage this week. So yeah, if you saw some issues with terrain data or cities inside the sim when you've been flying around, well, now you know it wasn't just you. The outage took place around about the 15th of November. There's no details on exactly how long this lasted, but Microsoft did confirm that it's down to a Bing data server outage. The final update for this come from Microsoft at 14:10 UTC on the 16th of November, saying that the online services had now recovered and were back to normal, so potentially quite a few hours there with that being offline. I guess this really does highlight some of the issues that Microsoft Flight Simulator can have with just so much of its functionality being stored online away from the local client. Then again, the sim is considered a live service product, so it's not entirely unique to this type of situation. And if you're finding this video especially useful or interesting, please do consider liking and subscribing. It really does help both the video and the channel immensely. Now, another issue I've seen on the forums mentioned, as well as in some of the comment sections in my past few videos, is the action replay built into Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, unfortunately, this is entirely unavailable for consoles and looks that it's going to be that way for the rest of the future. This is something that the recent feedback snapshots have actually confirmed. We've got a line on that right here. So what does that mean for the sim overall when it comes to the replay functionality? Well, the PC version of the sim does still have the experimental version, but I think the experimental tag is very apt. It's not all that good, to be honest. In fact, I'd go as far as saying I actively avoid trying to use it. So with that in mind, I guess a lot of other people feel the same way, as I've seen a number of requests. What type of alternative can people use? Well, personally, I use this great little app called Flight Recorder. It's entirely free, it's a very small little app, and it allows you to record your entire flight. And this is very useful because it means you can replay that entire flight and the app will control your plane in exactly the same way as you flew originally. That means that you can jump into the showcase cam and get all those great panoramic shots that you may want of your plane as well as the scenery without having to worry about controlling your plane because you've already done that on the first fly-through. Another alternative is an app called SkyDolly. Both of these are available from the website called flightsim.to. You can simply search for them right there. I haven't tried SkyDolly myself just yet, but it does look very impressive and seems to have a whole load of functionality, so it's definitely something I'm going to be trying out soon. And if there's any interest in this, we can perhaps go through a video of these replay softwares, these replay apps, and perhaps I'll compare some of their functionalities. Now, talking of third-party apps, another really nice one is an app called SmoothTrack. This is one I've been meaning to mention for quite a long while now. What this does is allow you to use your phone as a head tracking device. Yes, this has full 6 degrees of movement or freedom. That means you can lean in, lean back, lean to the side, and the camera will track the full motion of your head. In terms of functionality, this is very similar to Track IR or even the Tobii eye tracker without the eye tracking functionality, but the head tracking part. So yeah, this is pretty neat. It does come with a fee, however. It's not free, but you can find it on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple Store. Simply go to those stores and search for SmoothTrack. It's actually very easy to set up. Another note I'd like to talk about today is related to the download manager that's built into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this has once again come to the front with the update of World Update 15. Essentially, a load of people have once again had trouble downloading. This time, it hasn't involved any lockups or crashes or effectively no inability to download the game. What has happened, yet again, is some very slow download speeds. A lot of people pointing out they're getting just 1 to 3 megabits frequently on the download, which then picks up for a little while to the maximum of whatever their connection allows before dropping right back down again to that slow speed. Now, this isn't a complaint, it's just pointing out the fact that a whole bunch of people have been discussing this on the official forums. We can see some of that right here. So the question I have for you about this is how many of you are actually experiencing this problem for yourself? It's something I'm really curious about because it's not always something I have an issue with myself. It seems to only affect certain updates, not every single update. And as the people on the forums point out, it doesn't seem to be turned to the sheer amount of people downloading these updates, as you can uninstall Microsoft Flight Simulator at any moment and try and reinstall it again, and you could be hit with this exact same problem at a random time. And that is certainly a long-standing problem, as this has been going on for quite a few years at this point. But either way, do let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And that brings us to the end of this video. Again, thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video. Do check out those links below. It does help this channel out immensely.